Hello, guys, and welcome back to Two Girls One Nati, hosted by yours truly, Liv.
And Jules.
Cheers, Jules. Look, we have not wine, not seltzers, but Kool-Aid jammers.
Yeah, this is like my staple when I don't have wine or seltzers. I always have my Kool-Aid jammers. I'm pretty sure my mom got these for my nieces and they don't like them anymore. They're like 3 and 5. And she was like, "So do you want these?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So who says no to a free box of Kool-Aid jammers, man?
Oh my gosh, more for you.
Yeah, so we're Liv forgot the wine, but it's okay. Things happen.
I think this is a great alternative also. Like, it just brings me back.
Exactly. So I was like, "Well, I have, Kool-Aid jammers." Well, I call them Capri Suns. I didn't know there was a difference, first of all, but they all look the same to me.
There's totally a difference.
They all look the same to me, you know? And I was like, "Well, personally, I have these if we want the box." And then so we've been trying to figure out how we're setting this up. We're recording on phones, and the audio is on a completely different device and platform, so hopefully it works. um but yeah, I already drank like 3 of these before the show even started and then forgot that like I need it for the show cuz these babies easy to drink really fast. I think we all can agree on that.
Even for me, I can actually chug these.
Yeah, Liv notoriously drinks things very slow, and also I just said a big word and I hope I used it right.
I thought it was very good. I was impressed.
Thank you. I feel like I sounded really smart right there. Also, we are looking rather tan today, and that's because we got a spray tan right before this this episode.
Just very, very glowing and tan.
We are in our tanning era. Shout out to at Tan Cincinnati on Instagram. They are very kind and they come to you. It's a mobile tanning thing. It's very cool. We did not have that where I grew up. At all. So I really like it because you don't have to go in, you don't have to drive. I personally love that because I hate driving. I do love having a spray tan, come to you. And it's like genuinely one of the best spray tans I've ever got. I'm not just saying that. I'm not being paid to say that or anything. Like I genuinely mean that, like from the bottom of my heart.
Seriously, like shout out first of all to Paige. She's absolutely amazing. She did it again for us.
Also, Paige is a Swiftie, so hi. Big fan.
She's so good at what she does. And then Ward actually visited us today too. Shout out Ward.
Shout out Ward.
Yes, he owns the business as well, and we got some pictures for them too. So love working with those guys. We're feeling our best. It's amazing. Jules, by the way, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about really interesting stuff. We're giving a little mini Reds recap at the beginning here, as you would expect from two Reds fans, and then we're diving right into talking about New Heights Live. We were fortunate enough to go there. I spent $120 each on the tickets. It was great though. It was worth it in my opinion. It was a lot of fun. Taylor Swift was not there.
No, she was not.
Yep. We were like in the upper section and I kept like going like scanning the area and I'm like, oh, I see Mama Kelce up there in the suite. I'm like, if she's gonna be anywhere, it's gonna be in that.
No, we literally had the perfect view of the suite that she was in, and we just like kept looking at her. Taylor, Taylor, Taylor. No,
And I told Liv, I was like, well, as a fellow tall blonde woman myself, we're pretty easy to spot out. So I said, she's going to have a hard time hiding from everyone, especially when everyone is already pointing at Mama Kelce and like recording her and her suite. Cause we love Mama Kelce. We're big Mama Kelce fans. And also Kylie Kelce was there too. Anyways, we'll get to that. I need to just talk about what we're covering. We're going to briefly touch on, Taylor and Travis at Coachella. And if I didn't really pay much attention to Coachella outside of the pictures of Taylor and Travis.
yeah, that was honestly our
Yeah, that's pretty much it. WNBA draft was on, what is today? It was Monday. Obviously, we're gonna touch on that. Oh, we're gonna touch on that, man. The fashion, the vibes, the emotions, everything was there. It was awesome, and I forced Liv to watch it, and she enjoyed it.
I very much did. Yes, I did. So thank you.
I'm getting Liv into the WNBA, and I don't think she will regret it because it's a damn fun time. And this draft class was arguably one of the best draft classes in a minute. Not to disrespect anyone else because I don't want Diana Taurasi going on her podcast and talk shit about me now. But I love you. You're the GOAT. Don't talk shit on me. Hi. Then we're also going to cover some of the baseball trips we have planned. Oh yeah. And then last but not least, today is Thursday.
You know what that means, Swifties?
Today is Thursday, the night before. It's the Tortured Poets Department Eve. So we will be giving some of our predictions, whether it's about the numbers, the units, or whatever we think it's going to sell, which I think it might be one of her, if not her biggest week, like album sales wise. I just feel like there's so much. Oh, there's so much hype because
There's so much lore behind it too. So all the lore.
there's so much lore.
And Jules and I both need this album. I feel like we need this album for us.
I needed this album a year ago. Liv needed this album on Christmas.
On Christmas.
She did like Christmas themed, like the Tortured Poets Department Christmas version.
Christmas version. Good. We need to cheers our Kool-Aid Jammers.
Woo. Woo. The awkward silence of us drinking. Woo, gets me every time. So, Liv, do you want to start us off? Let's talk about the good things the Reds have done this past week, which is really just one thing.
Yeah, because it's been a journey the last couple days. But the White Sox was a much happier time. Just oh my gosh. The Reds on Friday won 11-1. 11-1. Abbott killed it. It was very exciting to see.
Yep. Andrew Abbott pitched.
He's a pitcher.
That is him. He did pitch, and we scored 11 runs, which is really cool. Saturday, though, I want to talk about Nick Lodolo and his return, bro. We won 5-0, struck out 10 people in 5 2/3 innings, and only gave up one hit. One hit. And this is his return. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a Nick Lodolo hater or doubter or anything, but given the fact that he came back from an injury, I was expecting a little bit of rust. But I'm telling you right now, there was none of that. And I hope that continues. I'm sorry. Our pitchers looked great. Our offense looked great. I personally wish we could play the White Sox all 162 games. We would never lose.
All of them and not the Mariners. No, thank you. No, but Nick Lodolo, yes, I agree with you. I was a little afraid that, he was going to be a little rusty coming off injury. But no, he was on his game. Yes, we were playing the White Sox, but it's Lodolo's return, and it was so exciting to see. I know I had friends bet, they were thinking about going under 6 strikeouts, and no way, guys. How about 10?
Speaking of betting, I don't bet often because I'm very biased and I feel bad and very guilty if I go against my team or if I don't pick the over. So for example, when I used to bet a little bit more, and again, it wasn't even that much still, even then, it was when Kevin Love was, oh my God, it was when Kevin Love was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I would constantly bet that he would hit the over in points, and I believe it was set at 7.5. Who would have thought getting over 7 points in a basketball game as a professional basketball player would have been so hard? But it was every time I bet the over, he would get the under. And then anytime I didn't bet because I felt too bad to go with the under because I'm like, well, that means I'm doubting him. He would always get it. He would always get more than 7. There was one time I was in Holy Grail. I was very excited. I was watching the game because I bet the over, and he had 7 points in the first quarter, man. He didn't score the rest of the game.
Would happen to you, honestly.
Another thing, my parlay was interesting. So I've never done a parlay before, and I understand that I probably should not do a correct score in a parlay, but I also want to say that it didn't matter anyways because literally nothing hit. Like nothing. I bet a Jonathan India home run. No, wait, no. A hold on. It was a Jonathan India single. Like he just had to get a hit. All he had to do was get a hit. Base hit, whatever. The second thing was a Spencer Steer home run. The third was the correct score. Because why I did it was a joke. So it really wasn't that serious, okay? I did it for a joke because I always tweet and try to predict the correct score. Since somebody said, "Oh, you can bet on that." So I was like, "Okay, let me just add it to the parlay." I know I shouldn't have done it, but it's about the fun. You don't need to mansplain it to me. I have a brain, believe it or not. And I knew I probably shouldn't have done that, but it was fun. I was drinking high noons. I was having a fun day. And you know what? Nothing happened. I could have won like $2,000, but I did not. It's fine.
Exactly. If the vibes are there, just do it.
Sometimes you just kind of make fun parlays that are like so unpredictable and like likely not going to happen because the least likely it's going to happen, the more money you can win. So that's kind of how I saw it. I put $10 on it. Stop yelling at me. I'm not doing that again. If I do it again, I'm going to be smart about it.
And if you won, you were gonna buy all the high noons. You were gonna have a high noon party.
Yeah, we were going to just have a high noon party. I was going to put some of that towards my student loan.
We need a keg. Okay, I keep telling like some of my friends we need a keg filled with peach high noon.
That sounds like a hell of a time, Liv. A hell of a time.
Yeah, because my birthday is next month, and I don't know what I'm doing yet. So
You're better than me. See, with my birthdays, which I have a lot of birthday lore. So my 21st was ruined because of COVID. Yay. My 22nd, I got COVID. My 23rd, it was ruined because of a snowstorm. And then last year worked out. I always plan like months ahead.
that was a really good. That was a really fun time. So yeah, I'm turning 29 on May 18th, and I still don't have anything planned. So it's my last year of my 20s. So I feel like
Party bus. Party bus. Party bus, because you could do like a party bus. We could go to like OTR. We could go to the Banks. We could do Mount Adams. We could go to like Covington. You could drive that baby all around.
all around, and to be the Two Girls One Nati party bus, baby.
Like it's just us in there.
Yeah.
We're like we pull up to a bar and it's just two blonde girls in there.
They're probably to be this tan again. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for us, like what to do, it's on a Saturday this year, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, please let us know. Anyways, so this weekend series against the Angels.
Can we talk about the scheduling there? Because we played Chicago. They sent us to the West Coast in Seattle. And now we're coming back to play the Los Angeles Angels. Why wouldn't you a West Coast trip for just 3 games? Like, come on. Who scheduled that? That's stupid.
I don't know. Like I said, we should have just like let it. No, that should not have happened. Anyways, so what do you think? Hopefully, this series is gonna be.
It's only up for here. I mean, I'm excited to see Mike Trout, who isn't. I mean, I know obviously that Angels no longer have Otani. I don't know much about the Angels this year, but I think it's anyone's game. Given what I've seen when we played Seattle, we gotta keep the walks down. It's hard to also win a game when you only score 1 run, but 0. So let's pretend Seattle didn't happen. Moving on.
We are moving on.
It's one thing I have a tough time doing, but when it comes to baseball, I'll move on like that. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like
Wait, we had a series and no, we didn't.
like 4 or 5 days ago. You swept them.
We're just we just swept the White Sox. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had like a 4-day break. We off today. I love when the Reds are off because then it's just like they can't lose. I'm vibing. Oh, but I'm excited because you know who comes into town after this weekend? The Philadelphia Phillies.
Ooh, Nick Castellanos.
Hello, Nick Castellanos. I would like to claim the Phillies as my part-time, like very, very part-time team. It's a team I pay attention when they're here and when they're in the playoffs because my team can never make it. But hey, that could change this year. But while we are talking about this weekend, because I'm going to be honest, I don't have any outfits planned because the weather, mind you, has been all nice all week, right? All week. And now it's going to be like 60s, which to some people that's warm. But now that we've dealt with 80 degrees today, it's going to be 60 tomorrow. Are you kidding?
Of course, when it hits the weekend and when the Reds are in town, that makes sense.
At least we're tan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. I feel like we still gotta figure out what we're gonna wear this weekend, but don't you worry, we're not gonna let you down. No, no, no. But this past series, well, that we went to, and the one that we never mind. We had some pretty great outfits. I like to say so myself. I think it was our best yet.
What would you say so far in the season? Obviously, we haven't had a lot of home games that we've attended. I mean, we have compared to the average person, we've been to most of them, except for like I haven't been to like one or two. But what would you say is probably like your top? I would say top two.
Top two for sure is of course the one with the leather jacket, the red, the white, um, the jeans, the braid in my hair. I feel like that. Yeah, that one. That was definitely a favorite.
Hey, Slay side profile was Slay. My side profile was not.
The side. I'm telling you guys. Wait. I don't know. But yeah, that one. And then my second favorite would be actually I incorporated my bucket hat that says Cincy on it from Gathered Thread Cincy, which is so cute. So I had that, the Papa Red with the white bucket hat and the red lip. I had the little white crop top as well as my black jeans with the belt and my of course customized red shoes. I feel like it was such a good cohesive outfit with the little I love when I can just do a red lip and it makes me feel great. So those are definitely my top two. What would be your top two, Jules?
Well, let me pull up my Instagram really quick because my memory's kind of poo. So I just have to talk about. I believe this was the Saturday game when we actually beat the Mets. Cool, came back. Anyways, I wore a Cincy shirts jacket, and it's the red jacket I wore. If you go to my Instagram with the baseballs on it, my ego needed to come down a little bit because the compliments I got, I was up here, man. They're like, "I love your jacket," and of course I plugged Cincy shirts. Of course I gave you guys your flowers because it was the cutest jacket ever. I love that jacket. It's so comfy. It is so cute. It matched perfectly with my little baseball earrings, which I have a lot of baseball earrings. Oh my God, it was so cute. It was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it. I wore it with black jeans. I believe I wore my custom shoes as well with that. Man, because another thing I wore that series was the pink, would you call that like a sweater, like it's a crew neck. It was very girly pop. It was for the Sunday game. It was pink, which is obviously not one of the Reds colors unless you like really squint your eyes and maybe you're a little colorblind. I don't know how that would look, but I would say it's a shade of red. Still counts. It had little baseballs on it and like little bats, like with the baseballs. I don't know how else to explain that. There will be a picture here. Um, and I wore my leather pants. It was a nice day, but it was like more in the 60s that day. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite looks because it was so different than like what I usually do with it being more like sequiny and pink. I got that whatever you want to call that sweater from Arizona when I was there for spring training, and I will not discuss how much that costed, but it was great. It was cute. got a few compliments, but I would say by far my favorite is definitely the Cincy shirts jacket. Like genuinely the cutest thing I own, and I felt so cute in it. I loved it. Honestly, I don't know if I can beat that look. And of course, the dress and jersey combo is also a slay too.
I definitely think you can. I think we're just going to get better and better. But no, I agree. It was a slight. And also, Gathered Thread Cincy also sent us these beautiful hats. Two Girls One Natty. It's our own little merch that we can just wear around. My friend actually was like, "Hey, can you get me one?" I'm like, "Order from Gathered Thread Cincy, baby." So shout out. Thank you guys so much. I wear this to the gym all the time. Love it. Got to get the word out.
Yeah, thank you. I don't go to the gym, but yay hats.
Hey, we're going to start going together.
Yeah, we are gonna start. I like walking because to me, like I like my mind needs to be looking at things and like when I'm walking, like to me, walking on a treadmill or running on a treadmill, like yeah, I'll do it if I have to, but it's like very boring. Like I like to see nature. There's ducks or geese. I hate geese, but
There's dogs too.
there's like it's more of a vibe, man. I love walking. I love walking outside. I love walking little paths and everything. And I need to like find more little walking paths in Cincinnati. I'm still like I've been here almost 2 years and I still like don't go anywhere but downtown. but that's my next goal. So I need a new walking area. But anyways, we should go ahead and talk about New Heights Live.
Our Thursday night last week.
Thirsty Thursday, spent with Travis and Jason Kelce, among others. So were there any guests? Because like for the most part he announced them, but I don't even remember him them announcing Desmond Ritter.
No, they didn't. And that was really exciting to see him back because he's always just been such a good guy. And he was really, really successful with UC. So it was really cool to hear his perspective on things going to, the playoffs. And it was such an exciting time for Cincinnati. So shout out to Desmond Ritter for that. So great to see him. Obviously, Joe Burrow was like the favorite of the night. Come on. I mean, yeah. Oh, the Lum Baby games, baby. Oh man, yeah. Wow.
Liv knew someone that was participating in those.
I did. I want to shout out Zach. I know him briefly, but he's on Rally Pack. He did, Jason spun you so fast, buddy. So you didn't even have a chance. So, but you
He like literally was spinning him like this, like on the little swing thing. I'll try to find the video to add to this. But then Travis was spinning his contestant on the athletes side. So it was pretty much student athletes versus like what do they call them? It was Brainiacs versus like athletes. Nerds versus athletes is pretty much like the spin off, like to give a what's the word? Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. Wasn't that the name? I never actually watched that, but I don't know if that's what it's called. But ultimately, that's kind of what the gist of it was. And when the first game, they had the spin. So Travis had one person from the other team, and then Jason had another person from the other team, and they both had to spin them on these little swings. And Jason spun Zach as fast as he could because I think his thought process was the faster I spin him, the earlier he's going to get done. But like you're spinning him. He was so dizzy. Jason. I was telling Liv, I'm like, he is spinning him so fast. Travis is just like, do, 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 do. Like, Travis probably didn't think to do it that way, but like, it ended up, like, it just worked.
it just worked. I honestly love that thought process.
Jason had his thought process was literally the faster I spin him, the earlier we get done. Because I think they had to spin them 10 or 15 times or something. And then they had to get up and throw a helmet at a cardboard cutout of each of them. And whoever finished that first won that round, pretty much.
Definitely not the best thing to do. But shout out, Zach. You did great.
Yeah, Zach was the go at the end of that, the little relay race. It was awesome. He started off rough, but that was mainly because of Jason Kelce. And he like got up immediately and just pivoted right into the crowd and just fell. And I was like, oh no, like that's not even fair. He spun him way too fast.
We also got to talk about the Skyline Chili and diving in and what Jason did.
There was 2 tubs, like little pools, like inflatable pool things with Skyline Chili, like a 3-way. Whatever it's technically called. Yeah, they're whatever. It's like a whole pull of it. Yeah, it's like a whole pull of it. And the joke was that Jason always loses his Super Bowl ring. But mind you, we didn't know I didn't know at least, he put his actual ring in there. I thought it was like a replica or like duplicate things. And they were supposed to ultimately find them like in the socks. Like he had some of his socks in there. I'm sure that he didn't actually wear those, but there were socks in there. And so they whoever found it first ultimately won. So I believe the nerds found it, or the brainiacs, that's the term. The brainiacs found it, I think. And so they won. But then New Heights dropped yesterday where they recapped New Heights Live. Then they showed some of the clips. Well, Jason goes, yeah, so I actually lost my ring in there. Why would you bring why would you use your actual Super Bowl ring? Why wouldn't you just use like a rep? Like, what?
I just don't understand anybody on their team, like anybody saying to him, like anybody being like, Jason, you might want to rethink that and just like use another ring, you know? Just someone. Even Taylor. Taylor probably would be like, Jason, come on.
I don't even know if Taylor knew about that because I knew, like, I'm sure somebody said something, but it's like, I don't know how easy it is to get like a fake. Well, no, you can because I'm pretty sure they sell those at the team shop and stuff, like the fake kind of duplicate rings. I don't know how that works. I wouldn't know. My team has never won a Super Bowl, but or my team in any sport except for the Cavs in 2016. Hey guys, but ultimately they had their intern um look for it. They used a metal detector even, and it's still they couldn't find it. So ultimately, he thinks it's either in a landfill here or somebody took it, and yeah, it's lost forever.
Um, Other than that, the Baby games were so much fun. Some of like Jules and I were like, we could have done that one, maybe that one, maybe not that one, but no, it was a good time.
It was really cool. I would say I think we could both agree that the loudest that the place got was when Joe Burrow came in.
Oh, Joey B, yeah.
Oh yeah, that place was loud. It's like you'd think Taylor was there or something. Like it was so loud as soon as Joe got in.
Oh my gosh. And like I said, it was just so cool to see, an interview live and just seeing him talk about a little bit even more than football too as well. So just seeing him be like a normal person and what was that comment about that he mentioned.
Ultimately, Joe Burrow doesn't really care if you trash talk. He's like, if you make a good play on me or sack me, whatever, like that's on me. Like I'm not gonna get offended by that because it's about the competitive nature of football. I don't like taunting. That's more what he was talking about, like trash talking, taunting. Like NFL's been like really cracking down on that kind of stuff for whatever reason. I think it makes the game more fun in any sport. And just going back to the whole, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark debate, they both trash talk and it seems like people have decided to pick a side, but like in reality they both do it. I think it no, it's not. I think it arguably got more eyes on the sport of women's basketball in general because of those two. Like we have to give credit to both in my opinion, because even though it's like a negative thing people see, and like I feel like more people put a lot more pressure on female athletes to not do that, which I think is stupid because it's like, well, men do it. Like you had Bird, you had people like that, LeBron, Kobe, like they trash talk.
Right. And like he was like also saying how if you make a good play and I didn't, you deserve, to celebrate that. And I completely agree and I just loved his take on that and really respected that.
Hot take. This also reminded me when I was at the show too. This whole conversation of just like, hey, you made a good play on me, respect it. Like I'm not going to get that mad kind of thing. People are going to be mad about this. I I don't see an issue with bat flips, and I think it's the same thing. Don't give them a meatball down the middle. Maybe, just maybe they won't. Okay, I get it. They're going to hit home runs. They're professional baseball players. I'm not a baseball pitcher. I pitch softball, very different things, but still the same mindset where it's like, if I gave up a nuke, I'm like, damn, like I left that pitch too high. Like I know what I did wrong, and I don't really care if they're celebrating. Like to me, it's just like, it's part of the game.
Like a bat flip is a mic drop.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely times like where I think bat flipping is a little excessive. Like if you're up like 12 runs, like, okay, why are you bat flipping? Like you're already up that much. But it's like a playoff game or like a walk off or just a damn good home run. Like I don't see the issue with it. And you're never, ever, ever, ever gonna get me to see the issue with bat flipping. And I think it's an old mindset, and baseball has that across the league of people who are not willing to change their mindset or their ways because it's like, well, that's an unwritten rule. What? It's like the one sport, in my opinion, that I follow that has this stupid unwritten rules. And I'm just like, what? Like, it makes it more competitive. It's more fun to watch that kind of stuff. I don't get the soft takes on bat flips because if a pitcher strikes somebody out, they celebrate. So why can't a batter celebrate?
Angels, when you first said that, I thought you said backflips. So I was like picturing a football player like doing a backflip for his touchdown celebration. I was like, hooray, backflips. But that makes a lot more sense. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of bat flips. I don't care. You are never, ever, ever, ever gonna get me to change my mind on that.
yeah, don't hate on backflips. I want to do one and I can't.
Don't leave a meatball, man. Think to yourself, hey, like, and to me, it's a competitive nature type of thing where your reaction isn't really to be offended. Your reaction is like, okay, I left that pitch too high. I left that too in the middle. That was a good hit. It's like you have to think, okay, how am I going to avoid that next time? I don't think beaming him is really I don't get that. I'm sorry. And I know there's going to be old heads, and I know there's going to be men that are going to bash me for saying what I'm saying, but you're never ever going to get me to see the other side. You're just not. You're not, because I think it's stupid that people get angry about that. I'm a very competitive person. I'm one of those people as a kid, like if I lost Connect 4, I was pissed. Like I was an angry little child. If I lost in wiffle ball against my siblings, I was angry. I thought about it the rest of the night. I'm a competitive girly, and bat flips to me, I just don't see an issue. If I hit a nuke off of you, I am bat flipping.
You know what? I appreciate that you have such a strong stance on that, honestly, Jules. It's
I love a lot of strong stances. Anyways, update on the Capri Suns.
yeah, I finished my third one. So yeah, back to New Heights, just kind of recapping that.
Kylie Kelce was there. We love Kylie Kelce. I also want to touch on something a little. Some Twitter folks had some issues with Travis chugging a beer on stage. Okay, first of all, if I see something, maybe it's just me. I like to look at. Ooh, why does my hair always get stuck on the mic? Oh my God. I like to look at the context behind what is happening that I'm watching, I guess not everyone thinks the same way. I do sometimes. I won't say always. First of all, we do realize he's in the NFL. He is, what is he, 35?
34.
He as we know, he did go to UC.
He did graduate, guys. They just didn't walk, so
it was very clearly not an actual like graduation, right? As we can see. So people thought that was real and talked about how ridiculous he is and how disrespectful. Are you guys boring? Are you boring? Are you boring people? Do you have some is there an age where it's not appropriate? I think what's wrong with enjoying yourself? I understand there's a limit to okay, maybe you're drinking a little much, but he was just having fun. First of all, he didn't even chug it all because when he threw it down, it was still splattering everywhere. I just don't get what he did was harmless. And mind you, again, it was a fake graduation. And a lot of the people that were complaining were people that knew they were here for their live podcast because they live around Cincinnati and kind of know the sports scene. So it's just you guys I'm to me, if it was Jason, no issue. If it was anyone else, no issue. People just don't like Travis Kelce, whatever. You cannot like him. I'm not forcing you to like somebody, but to me, I will never understand hating on something or bashing something that is absolutely harmless and is not doesn't have any effect on you.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's like they always have a new reason. Like any they just go for it and like try to take him down. And it's just like, okay, guys, like we need to get that over. Like, yes, he's on the Chiefs. I think, especially people around here, of course, it's always going to be like whatever. Anyways, that okay. New Heights was absolutely amazing. I'm so glad we decided to go.
It was a lot of fun, and even though it got moved in the inside, I think Jason said it best on the show, and I just watched their show today. I mean, he pretty much said, like, "I think it was better having it inside because it was so loud, it was sold out, and everyone's kinda right there, whereas at Nippert Stadium, it would have been a little with it being outside, like, the sound isn't the same, the vibes are different. Like, I'm not saying it won't be as fun, but, like, arguably, it is a very different vibe, and you can't really disagree with that.
Glad we went. And then afterwards, too, they decided to go to Uncle Woody's. They rented it out, baby. The old stomping ground.
I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I went to Bowling Green. I do not know what Woody's is.
Okay, to be fair too, like I tried to avoid Woody's like plague. I only went there 2 times in my college career.
Like the only bars that I remember being at when I went to a few UC games was like Ladder. I like that bar. What other bars are up there?
So they used to have St. Clair. That's not there anymore. I went so back in my day, back in my day, being an old lady. I went to Mac's Pizza Pub. That's not really popping anymore.
Wait, I had that one time and it was really good. I think I was on a date.
There's also Murphy's. Murphy's I loved too, but you absolutely had to be 21. Like they would not take fakes. So that was a great place to go to. Their happy hours. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, New Heights, amazing time. But then after that, too, Travis hopped off to Coachella with Taylor.
I don't know much about that. I just saw pictures.
Taylor out there vibing with everyone, and just having Travis like take care of her, especially if she was a little under the influence because she should have fun, and she was repping the New Heights hat, which sold out like twice in one day.
I knew as soon as I saw her in that, I'm like, this is gonna sell out. Now the Swifties are gonna go get it. It's cute. I love that. I love supporting each other. They look like they're having fun. I'm trying to think of like, man, I saw Lana's set was pretty cool. She had a really cool entrance and she sounded really good too.
Oh, and then they rap bringing out Kesha and them changing the lyrics.
Big Renee Rap fan, big Kesha fan. How can you not be? We love Kesha. We support her. Of course we do.
Oh, she's such a queen.
So guys, oh my, the WNBA draft was on Monday. We had that, right? As you may have seen on my Twitter and my various social media platforms, I'm a very big Caitlin Clark fan.
You are a Caitlin Clark fan.
Wait, who's that? But to me, is I don't pick sides, right? I hope both teams have fun. So with that being said, is I like Angel Reese too. I think she's great. I think again, like I said earlier, you got to give her props for also bringing more eyes onto women's basketball because that girl is a double machine. She talks her crap and she backs it up. I think she's great. I love her fashion. She's an icon. I mean, she announced that she was going to declare for the WNBA draft on Vogue.
Iconic.
That is iconic. And she also looked beautiful. Like, oh my.
She looked so good. And like they all slayed, but she looked angelic at the draft. Oh my gosh.
Angel looks so good. I'm actually going to pull up a few pictures to reference some of our favorites. Again, we watched together and I said, this fashion is about to be different.
Oh, it was different. I was impressed.
I would say is definitely in my top 5. I'm not really going to give like a really a list, I guess, to say the least. She was dressed in head to toe in Prada, man.
Head to toe Prada.
First WNBA or NBA.
Any gender, anybody.
or any draft.
Be dressed by Prada. That's crazy.
We have Angel's dress.
Angel.
I think when she was interviewing before, she said that she actually had another dress ordered and it didn't fit. So she ordered this one like, I don't know, like she said maybe 2 weeks before the draft, which would have been stressing me out, but I've had that happen to me like even for my graduation dress the one year. Um, it didn't fit, so I had to go with a completely different look. So, I get that, but she honestly, I'm glad it was this. I don't know what the other dress looked like, but holy.
She's got one of the most beautiful looks of the night, I personally think, so amazing.
Rakia Jackson to me, she might I feel like yes, Angel. I think Rakia is my favorite because on the orange carpet, she was wearing like a all red outfit, like pants and like a top. I don't really know what you'd consider that, but it's pretty. She looks great in it. She looks great in red. But then she had an outfit change, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it was planned. I don't know if she didn't like the other one. I don't know. But she had an outfit change for the actual, like when they're all inside waiting to be called. She ended up being drafted fourth and went to the LA Sparks. And she had, oh my God, her outfit was glitter, glitter at the toe. It was like a jumpsuit. What do you call it? A jump? Yeah, like a suit, like a just all sparkly, like silverish, like white. I would say it's more white, silver. I don't know. I would say it's probably I don't know because oh my god, Cameron Brink, dude.
Oh man, there's just more, guys.
Cameron Brink also got drafted to the LA Sparks second pick. Oh my god, we need to bring Cincinnati a team if they ever build an arena. That'd be great. Imagine if we had a WNBA team.
Oh my god, we would go all the time.
Oh yeah, we would. I bought I bought tickets that night of the draft.
Woo woo! See, Caitlin Clark, baby. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, SNL. Wow,
Did you watch?
I did. Well, I watched that segment.
What are your thoughts on it? Like,
I think she killed it. I loved the jokes. The jokes she wrote were so good. I was like, girl, you could be on it every week, maybe. Another talent.
I don't get. Yeah, I genuinely can't tell if he was like actually surprised that she was there, or just kind of surprised more that his joke completely, like his apron joke, completely bombed with the crowd. And obviously, we're gonna pull this up real quick because we need the cringe. So today, or was it yesterday? I don't know. I think it was out yesterday. Caitlin had her first like press conference with the Indiana Fever at their place. So, all these journalists, all these people are there asking her questions, as you know how a press conference works. And let's just say there was a very awkward exchange, and we are going to pull that up really quick so everybody else has to cringe as well.
Caitlin, Greg Doyle, Indy Star. Real quick, let me do this.
You like that?
I like that you're here. I like that you're here.
I do that at my family after every game, so
Okay,
it's
well,
pretty
let's
cool.
start doing it to me and we'll get along just fine. So,
Not happening because to me, would you do that same thing to a male athlete? Um, I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this, especially with a women's athlete. Like, this is the first time I think in a minute that we have all collectively, for the most part, there's always going to be this few people that don't agree because they just want to disagree with everything because they hate women. Like everyone was agreeing that this is weird, like genuinely creepy stuff. I didn't even know really who he was until I quoted it, and people like, oh, of course it was Greg Doyle. Of course it was him saying that. Yeah, we've been dealing with him. He always says these stupid things, and of course his excuse was, oh, I'm just awkward, poor little me, just came off wrong. Like, shut up.
I just why? What what did you expect her to say? What did you expect her to be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I feel the same way, like I'll do it more often for you." Like what was he wanting to get out of I just the thought process, everything.
So cringe. And of course, you're always going to have those people that are like, oh my God, you guys are just woke. Like, men could ask women. Like, this is a very unprofessional. This isn't a question. He's like, well, And oh wow. And his apology, he was like, I like to often, start conversations before I ask questions to, make them feel more human. And I'm just like, this,
You make him feel more creepy. Like you're now uncomfortable. So that's what you actually did.
like, you can tell based off her body language. And my question is, like, why are other people in there laughing? Like, are they laughing at an uncomfortable, like, being uncomfortable? Are they laughing? Like, what was funny?
That's what I hope it was, that it was just like uncomfy laughing, like they just didn't know what to do. And like, oof,
It's just really awkward. And it's really sad that this has already happened. Like, it hasn't even been a full week that she's been drafted. And she's like, and this whole situation is like overshadowing.
just like takes away. Yeah. That's it. Just
Like, I couldn't tell you what else happened in that press conference. And that's what sucks about it. But the best thing to come out of it is the fact that everyone kind of, came together.
united together.
It's ridiculous. And of course, people are like, you shouldn't call for him to get fired. But I also don't think he should get credentials, because there's far more deserving people in those kind of fields that deserve to be credentialed, that actually ask professional questions, and good ones, and don't just keep asking the same ones that everybody else is. I really hope the Fever don't credential him again.
Oh my goodness. Well, on a lighter note, we're gonna take some baseball trips this year, which I'm very excited. One's coming up for us actually, the end of May. We're going to Chicago.
Chicago, Chicago.
Jules has never been to Wrigley before.
I've never been to Wrigley. I've been to ballparks, right? I've been to PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Why did I like pause? I was like, that is the right name, right? Okay, cool. I've been to Fenway. I've been to Cleveland, obviously. I've been to Chicago before, but it's for a White Sox game back on a school trip in high school. I've been to Minnesota, but actually not their current baseball field. I went to when they like years ago, like 20. Oh, no, not even 20. It was probably like 2008, 2009. I don't know. I have to check the date on that. But I was like pretty young, but it was like an indoor ballpark. And I believe it was in Minnesota when we went there one time. And St. Louis. And I believe I got all the ballparks. So I've been to technically 7, but 6 that are still standing today.
So I've only been to GABP and Wrigley. Though, but I want to go to more, obviously, and I hopefully we'll do that more this year. We need to go to more places.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think I'm going to go to Pittsburgh again. Last time I went to Pittsburgh, I didn't really have the ideal experience, so I don't really count it. So yeah, Liv, let's go to Pittsburgh.
Yay!
Beat the Pirates this time, and we're just going there for baseball.
And let's beat the Pirates, please.
I will say, if I'm not going to Milwaukee, I don't know, but I know for sure I'm going to Tampa Bay. I'm getting a family vacation out of it, so I'm taking my fam. Well, not all of them, but most of them. We're going to Tampa, and we're going to that ballpark. So, I've heard from a lot of people, it's not the most gorgeous ballpark in the world. I don't really judge it based off of that.
But it's Tampa Bay. So
I judge it, well, technically St. Petersburg, but before they yell at me, I got yelled at already when I was talking about where I should go in Tampa Bay. And like, it's St. Pete. Or I'm like, well, you're called the Tampa Bay Rays, so I'm going to say Tampa Bay. Okay, I'm not from there. Leave me alone. Calm down. But yeah, so I'll be there I believe it's the end of July. And that'll be fun. That'll be a fun little family vacation and getting a ballpark out of it as well.
And then we want to go to some Bats games too. I don't think either one of us have been to a Bats game.
I've never been to a Bats game.
I know. So it's going to be our first Bats game. Very excited about that. Heard they're a lot of fun. Also Dragons. I've been to a couple Dragons games. They're always a good time too. Got my own Dragons hat, so I can wear that. Ooh. And Chattanooga. Yep.
I think it's only like 5 hours away. I'll have to double check that. But I think it'd be fun to go. I love minor league baseball. I think it's a lot of fun. They play with a lot of passion, and it's just like cute. They have cute little mascots.
Oh, they're like promotions. They're always so fun too. I feel like since they are minor leagues, they can do a lot more and they have more creative freedom. So that's always fun to see.
So excited. We are going to a Bats game in May, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Woo.
I live. Okay. So, okay. You introduced us to our next topic.
All right. Okay. Got to get to it. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Guys, this is big. Okay. This is big for the Swifties. You guys know every time there's a new album release, we plan for the whole day. We can't sit still at work. We can't do anything. We're just thinking about it. It's like the Swiftie, like, okay. Tortured Poets Department. We finally can say it now. It's finally, thank God. It's here at midnight, and we're going to be listening. And when they release a track list, so many tracks, so many interesting ones.
So, Jules, which ones from the set, like the track list, do you think that you're kind of excited for? Your thoughts about it?
Yeah. So I personally am basing this off of simply by the title, obviously, since it is not out yet. We have not listened to the leaked version.
We have not. We were tempted. We did not.
And that's a whole other conversation, but I have thoughts on that. I personally am very excited. I'm going to name 5. Okay, I'm looking at.
I want to see if we have like similar ones, because definitely there's going to be a couple that are like going to be spot on the same.
So obviously this is a breakup album that is more related to Joe. So I say I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I like The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. That's relatable in a lot of different contexts, like context. Context. There's a lot of different reasons why The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived could be relatable for some, especially me. I Can Fix Him. No, I really can. I just want to say to the past me, no. This song is not for you. You cannot fix him. You tried. That cannot happen. You're not a therapist. You're not trained in that. No one can. Anyways, back to the track list. That one hit a little bit too hard. I would say I may have to do more than 5. Fresh Out the Slammer, very relatable, especially now, especially back in January. But Daddy, I Love Him. And then I would say My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. I feel like those titles very heavily resonate with me. Not so cool, Jules. Yeah. Anyways, I may be crying tonight. No, I won't. I haven't cried in like 4 weeks. That's a lie. I cried like 2 nights ago.
No, I agree. There's so many that just like, speak to me. One I want to get at is So Long London. I am so excited to hear that one because it's all about Joe, baby. And it's one of the longest I think it is the longest. I think it's the longest track too. So that one is gonna be a doozy. Definitely The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. I mean, we're gonna be like jamming to it, or like it's just
Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. You may think that I'm throwing subtle shade, and you may not know the context, but maybe I am.
if the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits, lace it up and run.
Run, Smallest Man. Then I would say, yeah, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. For some reason, that like reminds me straight. This is why we can't have nice things. I don't know why that like resonates to me, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna like go hard. I'm very excited for Fortnite with Posty. The single exactly, and I've wanted her to collab with Post Malone for a while, so it's amazing that they're finally doing it. And that's going to be the music video as well Friday at 8 p.m. Very excited to see that. Love of My Life. Well, LOML. We don't even know for sure if it's Love of My Life because apparently there's like theories about it's going to be like.
There's a lot of Swifties think it's going to be about the fans. It's kind of like a long-lived 2.0 kind of situation. That's what the theory is, but obviously it's simply a theory and we clown a lot.
That would be a cool theory though, to just like break it up a little bit, to like have one, like obviously this is the breakup album but like to have one in there just about like the fans and like be like, thanks Taylor. But yeah, man, this album is going to do something to us.
needed this album a year ago. Actually, maybe I didn't. I probably would have been taking a grippy sock vacation if that album got released last year in August. But yeah, I'm a lot more healed. I'm a lot different of a person than I was last year. I will say that. Like, I feel like maybe people don't see it, but I feel it. I just felt very. I felt like a very different person. I felt very trapped in a lot of things, and obviously, I'm not going to go into detail, but I don't anymore, and I have my control back. So that's all I care. I got my mojo back, baby.
I think it's really cool too that like I feel like that's where Taylor is now too. It's like she's healed from it. She's happy in her relationship, and it's a good time for her too, and it's cool that it's like we're finally getting back to that place. So just so nice. We're so excited for the Tortured Poets department, baby. We're doing a whole party. Well, just me, Jules and Summer, but we're probably gonna order pizza and stay up and listen. It's gonna be a fun time. Okay. Last thing before we go, guys. My friend, actually, Rob Rundle, has a new single coming out April 27th. And the really cool thing, too, is it actually played at a Reds pregame. In the Reds game. So during pregame, it played, I want to say last week. His song Good Vibes is coming out April 27th.
And he's doing this really cool thing, $100 giveaway, where people can follow him at rob.rundle.music on Instagram, repost, and then reply with a screenshot showing that you pre-saved the song, and he will announce the winner on Instagram live 4/27 when he releases the song. And it's a great song, great summer vibes, especially if you're going, to the ballpark. Oh, it's such a jam. I'm so proud of him too. He's such a good guy. He's been working really hard, and we're going to play a little snippet too at the end so you guys can hear for yourselves. It's going to be the song for the summer.
Heck yeah, we love a song of the summer. I'm a big fan. I love Good Vibes, no pun intended. I mean, the song pretty much just explains how it sounds. You got good vibes, you got baseball, you got summer. Great American Ballpark. What more do you want? No more than you need. And if you pre-save it, it's really simple. It'll already be in your music library on Spotify when it's released.
And you can win $100 to spend at the ballpark. So that's a win-win.
Heck yeah. Go Reds and go Rob, man.
Reds and go Rob. I love that. Go Rob. All right, Jules. So do you want to actually cheers our not our empty? Wait. Okay.
People are gonna Photoshop that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a cheers. Cheers. We can't drink, but yep, I'm not gonna suck on that straw.
See you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening and viewing, or whichever you prefer to do. And yep, we will see you in the next episode.
We park and head down to the GABP. We grab some beers and maybe 2 or 3 conies. Me and my friends were out there in those griffy seats. We're vibing, hoping that the Reds win again.